Hi guys, Ready Set RC here again today, unboxing a new RC to our channel, the ProLine ProMT 4x4. In the past, I've had the ProLine short course two-wheel drive buggy. Before this, I actually bought that in the kit form, and what I mean by the kit form, it's not when they had it in the box format that they have it in like this. Basically, you were buying boxes, let me rephrase that. You were buying bags and putting the parts together as opposed to getting a complete kit like how this is today. Shortly after that, they released the kit version of the ProLine short course buggy. But great kit. I still have it today. I love that kit. So I know I'm going to enjoy this 4x4. It comes pretty much pre-built, already assembled. Just have to put your own electronics, your own ESC, your own motor, your own servo in there, along with putting your, some paint or decals or whatever you do to the body, because the body has to be painted up. Other than that, it's a clear body. They provide you with a clear body. The videos that I've seen on this, I will definitely be doing a top to bottom inspection of this vehicle before taking it out. But I wanted to show you guys the electronics so far that I'm going to put in here. For the servo, I think what I'm going to do, since I have a spare servo from my Sen Colossus XT, and even though that servo wasn't enough for the Sen Colossus, I think it should be more than enough for this 1/10 scale. So I'm going to try that servo first. But for the electronics and the amazing Black Friday deals that Tower Hobbies had, and I'm not going to go ahead and quote the pricing out on this because it was just amazing on the pricing on this. And if you were able to get that deal, you did. But technically, this is nothing more than a Castle Creations Mamba Monster 1/8 scale system. And I saw this amazing deal for it on Tower Hobbies during the Black Friday deals, scooped it up, and I'm going to use this in the ProMT 4x4. Just to go along with that too, another great deal I saw on Tower Hobbies for the Black Friday deal was also the 2200 kV motor. So I went ahead and I purchased this up, and I'm going to be putting this also in there. I think, if I can remember correctly, a 16-tooth pinion comes with this. That's going to marry up well with this kit. I do have a 18th tooth that I bought for my Tekno MT410, and if worst case, I'll throw the Tekno MT410's 18th tooth pinion in here, because right now I run that on 16, and that's more than enough for that kit. But let's go through the box art. This one's fairly quick, fairly simple. Even though this kit is a 1/10 scale kit, a lot of the engineering in this is 1/8 scale. So you have the front pivot balls on the vehicle, which should allow you to do some very, very fine-tuned adjustments on that front end for camber and tow. Also, it's speaking of how durable the gears, because everything's metal gears, big size gears in there. It's as I said, this is built more as a 1/8 scale, even though it is a 1/10 scale vehicle. And I have probably, I'm thinking about it, we do have one 1/10 scale monster truck in our arsenal that we can compare this to. Actually, my son does, and we'll compare it to what his truck, so you guys get a good size comparisons out there. The control precision, basically talking about the steering mechanics and everything being aluminum. Once again, going back to the motor block, also talking about how that's aluminum. As I said, you see the consistent theme here, guys. Everything in here is built towards that 1/8 scale. So even the gearing on here, it's Mod 1 gears, something that you normally do not see in a 1/10 scale, something you definitely see, at least nowadays, in 1/8 scale vehicles. And it's one again talking about the big bore shocks that are on here. Going to see how those compare. I have not had these big bore shocks before. the shocks that I'm familiar with from Proline is the normal, you know, power stroke shocks, great shocks, but that's what I tend to run in a lot of my 110 scale vehicles is the power strokes. Looking forward to seeing these big bore shocks that are coming on the Proline ProMT 4x4. Then as we see on this side, just more graphics, guys, some more you know, looks of the truck really getting bashed on. Nothing serious on that side. On this side, it's just telling you the optional equipment, showing you the other stages of tires that are out there. As they said, they have the trenchers, which everyone is familiar, the 2.8 trenchers that are out there, the sand paws, which once again, everyone's familiar with it, and the street tires, the primes, the 2.8 primes on here. Other bodies that they're showing that works is also the Ford Raptor and also the Chevy Silverado. This is exactly what you get in here, guys, is the Sentinel clear body. As you see, as I stated before, completely clear. Lastly here, guys, is basically telling you all the pieces of equipment, and I briefly touched on this before. You get the radio, you need a radio, a receiver, a servo, ESC, a motor, battery, charger, and body paint. You will need tools to make those, to assemble everything. Once again, the kit is the chassis is a fully metal chassis. Along here, it's just providing you the dimensions of the vehicle, basically stating that the vehicle's you know, wheelbase is 11.2 or 284 millimeters. The entire front to back from bumper to bumper is 18 inches or 457 millimeters. And then the width of the vehicle, basically telling you that it's 14 inches, 355 millimeters. Just more graphics, guys, just providing you more graphics of the truck, getting really beat on, really bashed on in the dirt. That's pretty much it. So at this point, guys, let's crack open the box, let's see what's inside, and let's see what you actually get in this kit. So here we are, guys, the Proline ProMT 4x4 out of the box. Just threw the tires on and threw the body on so you guys can see it whole. This Lexan seems pretty thick. Let me take this off, let you guys see exactly what I'm feeling here. Pretty rigid, guys. I have to say it's pretty rigid compared to some of the other Proline bodies, which they are phenomenal. Let's go through what's in the bag so you guys have an idea of what you'll be getting. Definitely some tools. That's cool. The caps for the wheels are also in here. The pinion. And also what's pretty cool on this, and I'll show you guys with this later, is that for your motor mount, there are adjustments for your mesh. So that's pretty cool that that's in there as well, as long as what I can see here too. Also some pistons for your shocks. There's the antenna. Pretty much for this, you're going to chop it down and then use your receiver that's in there. And also the owner's manual or user's manual for this. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Black and white. But for the most part, not bad at all. You know. A blowout of the truck, section by section. That's not bad. Not bad. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. And just more of the same that was on the box. So you guys see. Just more of the same. But not bad at all. In here, stickers, and also that instructional sheet in regards to for the mesh, in regards to your gear mesh. So basically, it's just stating it's the motor mount inserts, and based on what pinion you put in is what you're going to put for these grommets that you put in on the bottom of the vehicle, and I'll show you guys what that is. And on the back side, just their ordering sheet that they normally pack in with most of their stuff. So the tires on this truck, guys, is the Badlands MX28s. Definitely, I've been seeing the treads of these online, and I'm just amazed. I like them. I really do like them. I can't wait to get them out, see what it's like. The shocks here are 16 millimeter big bore shocks. Definitely some beefy shocks on this vehicle. Shocks feel good. I'm just going to make sure that the fluid is in there perfectly, that there's no topping off that's needed for it. Bumper is firm, but there's some give. Also for the rear, same deal. Battery straps, motor mount is metal motor mount, plastic spur gear, so you guys are fully aware of that. As we go through the all metal chassis, guys, there's front and rear bracing for support. Bottom of the chassis, you have these grommets that go in there that actually you're able to change the mesh. Very simple, very straightforward. They have it in basically a template that shows you the guide as to what goes where in regards to which grommet to use for each one, but pretty straightforward. As we said in regards to the pinions, Mod 1 gearing here, so I will be utilizing the 16-tooth pinion that comes with it, and if needed, I will add, I will go up a couple teeth, and I have an 18-tooth pinion that I could definitely use that I had for my Tekno MT410. And just to get back on that spur gear, guys, it's a 44-tooth spur gear that would be meshing up with the 16-tooth pinion. Looks like we have some leaky shock oil on one of my caps. As I said, I'm going to be going through this with a fine-tooth comb and just inspecting on it before I take it out. But it looks like my shocks are leaking. From what I look like in the front, they are definitely leaking. I'm showing some shock oil on the top. But the caps are plastic, but the bodies are metal. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I know how we are in our hobby, especially the bashing community. You know, when we put plastic shock caps on there, they tend to pop off, but we'll see how this operates on here. Center drive shaft seems beefy too. That doesn't seem too bad. We'll see how that goes. Drive shafts are all metal. Yeah, guys, this looks really good. This looks really good. As I said, I'm going to go through this and confirm my fluids are all looking good on this. Servo mount, that looks a little thin. Servo mount seems a little thin, but we'll see if there's any flex in that. It feels firm, but we'll see. Sway bars on the front and rear. Sway bars in the front and rear of this vehicle. 8 scale metal gears throughout on this. Adjustable body mounts for the body. There is some flex, but this is normal for Proline. I mean, I had this on my T-Max and the flex is about the same, and that body held up very well on there, so I have no problems with the flex. Next up, guys, I want to just show you a comparison between the Proline ProMT 4x4 and a couple of other vehicles that I have. I know a lot of you always want to see what this looks like compared to a MT410, and I definitely want to see it compared with one of my son's trucks, because that is truly a 1/10 scale. I don't have a Stampede, because I know a lot of people would want to see this against a Stampede as well. I don't have a Stampede to compare this against, but I definitely have another popular 1/10 scale monster truck out there that you guys may want to see what this looks like against it. So here we are, guys. The Tekno MT410 and the Proline ProMT 4x4. As you can see, I'm not even going to put these trucks on top of each other. You can clearly see that there is a size difference between the two vehicles. I'll even take off the body of the ProMT just so you can see the height difference without the body on. And it's clearly a bigger vehicle. Apologize for the dirt on here, guys. Ran this vehicle and I still haven't had a chance to get this cleaned up as of yet. But we'll get it looking nice and pretty soon. But as you can see, clearly a bigger vehicle. 1/8 scale monster tires on here. The shocks, everything is 1/8 scale in size. This kit, everything that's on here is built to 1/8 scale strength, but the size of it is clearly 1/10 scale. There is no question about the size of these two vehicles and where they fall in the ratio as to 1/8 scale and 1/10 scale. I'll bring out another vehicle, guys, go a little bit more in depth into the size difference between it, but I'll bring out another vehicle so you can get a true identity of what this truck looks like in regards to a 1/10 scale monster truck. if you've been following the build series that I had with the Tekno MT410, this is the Raptor body, 1/8 scale Raptor body. Normally this would fit a T-Max size vehicle, and as you can see, just gets swallowed up by this truck. All right guys, as I said, I was gonna bring you a true monster truck, 1/10 scale monster truck to compare it to the ProMT 4x4, and here we have it. The Redcat TRMT10, my son's TRMT10. Just so you guys see the comparisons between the two, as I said, this is a true to 1/10 scale monster truck. Really do, I mean, when you look at it afterwards, I mean, we've had our little mishaps with this, but when you look at the build quality of this compared to the build quality of the ProMT, not too bad for the pricing that you get for this truck. I mean, as I said, beefy plastics also on the Redcat. Also pillow balls in the front and also on the rear. So there you have it, guys. You can see the width, and let's try to put that as best as possible. It's hard to tell with the 17mm hexes that are on here. It's hard to tell with the 17mm hexes that are on here, the width, but if you can see it, it is very close, if not the same between the two. Between the width of the vehicles, they're practically the same on here. As I said, this is a very nice truck, and the price point of this is amazing for what you get. And you know, it's a great truck, but I just wanted you guys to also assess the size of it, that the size is pretty close to the ProMT. Lengthwise, guys, you can see that it's also pretty close, except for on the Redcat, there is no bumper back here. It's just the wheelie bar, so that kind of extends about the same length as the bumper, basically the same size. And I got them matched up fairly well with the wheelbase. Slightly smaller on the Redcat, but for the most part, they're fairly close in regards to the length of the wheelbase here. They're fairly close in wheelbase. In this truck, there is a 1/10 scale power system in here, where in this truck, I will be putting 1/8 scale power system in this vehicle. It can handle 1/10. So like I was saying, guys, great first impression of the truck. I will be going front to back on this vehicle to confirm that everything is done properly in here, especially in regards to the shocks leaking on the front so far for me. I will be going through this and confirming that everything else is done properly. Great first impression. I like the way that I see the build on here in regards to the parts that are used. Definitely looks very durable, and I cannot wait to get this out into some dirt. Next steps for me, get the power system in, get this body painted up, and I will show a brief video of that after I'm done so you guys get an idea of what the finished reveal of this truck is going to look like. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for the latest posts to our channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.